Trainers' strict orders lead to hilarious malicious compliance. I used to work as an apprentice under a very particular trainer. He had his way of doing things. And let's just say, he was incredibly detailed in his instructions. One day, he tasked me with a job that seemed pretty straightforward. He wanted a specific type of coffee, exactly 150 milliliters in volume, at a temperature of 65 degrees Celsius, in a mug with a blue handle, and placed precisely 3 inches from the edge of the table. Now, I'm all about learning, and I wanted to get things right. I took his instructions to heart and meticulously followed every single detail. I meticulously measured the coffee to be exactly 150 milliliters. Checked the temperature with a thermometer. Used a mug with a blue handle. And made sure it was placed 3 inches from the table's edge. The look on my trainer's face was priceless. He was stunned but couldn't argue with the fact that I followed his instructions to the letter. However, it was clear he hadn't expected me to take every detail so seriously. The next day, he called me in, laughed, and said, "You got me. But let's aim for a little more flexibility. Okay? Lesson learned for both of us. I suppose. Sometimes, even in the world of strict instructions, a touch of flexibility goes a long way." Has anyone else ever had to go to such extremes just to follow instructions to the letter? You lose out on so many potential efficiency gains when you make people follow steps like that. Tell them what needs to be done, not how to do it, and let them figure out the best way. They might find a better way, and even if they don't, they will learn things in the process. Making people follow meticulous lists like that, without teaching them the why behind the steps, will 100% ensure a very high turnover rate, because people will be bored to death. I was expecting the 3 inches from the edge of the table, on the levitating side laughing face. Neat story, but I don't see anything malicious here smiley face. Worked in a nuke plant. Follow instructions to the tiniest detail. You never want to hear the word, whoops. I was promised hilarious. I feel cheated. I was expecting the 150 ml of perfect temp coffee to be in a giant novelty mug. Blue handled and set 3 inches from the edge. Why would someone give utterly inflexible directions and then say, "Let's aim for flexibility"? Once had a guy comply with a remediation plan to the exact letter. Told him that he needs to review every 15th document. My exact words were, "Can you review every 15th document or just whatever you feel gets a good sample?" This guy proceeds to print out and file all of his documents for a solid week and then number them 1 to 15, and circled the 15th one and manually ticked the damn thing. Got a frantic call from his manager asking why I told this guy to print out and file over 2,000 documents. That was not a good day. The guy apparently was terrified of me. Took me a couple of hours, but I talked him off the ledge. I figure if someone wants to give those kind of instructions, they're trying to get me to fail so they can yell at me. And if I follow them, I've taken too much time, or taken things far too rigidly, and also get yelled at. So I will MC as hard as damn possible each and every time. Once you place the cup 3 inches from the edge of the desk, you had actually complied with all the details of the request, so you could have done whatever you wanted with the coffee after that moment. Pick it back up and poured it away, or sat back and drank it yourself. Well, I did exactly what you requested. You saw that yourself. Oh, and if you're off to make yourself a coffee, bring us back a biscuit. Eh, mate? Quote. Also, neat story. Nice to have an a-hole boss that actually has a sense of humor and humanity. Sounds like it has the potential of turning into a great relationship. I wish you the best and am happy for your opportunity. I thought it would turn out to be a "can he follow instructions" test using a thermometer and ruler to get the job done was likely what impressed him the most. To be fair, the trainer sounds like a decent guy. Smiley face. I'm dealing with something similar in a new job. My trainer is demanding that I do everything in his very specific way. This is largely frustrating because I've been doing this job for nearly 10 years. Admittedly in a different industry. And I know that the difference in our techniques is a personal preference and not affecting the outcomes. In fact, our documentation supports my process, not his. Back when I had to train new people, at some point in time I would give them a task and tell them to figure out a way to do it. Then I'd watch them and by God, sometimes I'd learn a faster, more efficient way to do something from them. I loved the problem solvers because I could always stand to learn a better way to do something. Instructions unclear, penis caught in ceiling fan.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.